Hi ho, 420 MSP. We are marching strongly into the second half of 2020. We don't really have any other options. And someone that always motivates me and makes me feel a little more optimistic is Mr. Blake Schwank out of Colorado Springs. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Harry. How you doing this morning?
Good, and I mean that sincerely. Sometimes when I get a little mopey, I know I can count on you to kind of perk up my spirits, man. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to get back out on the road with you when that day arrives. But hey, specific to
Feel free to
Colorado,
call Feel free to call anytime.
all righty. We'll better yet, keep the light on,
Yeah,
as they say. Might just surprise you one of these days. But
that'd be awesome.
hey, Blake, I've been tracking a story out of Colorado, and I want to give some context to it, and just maybe then get your opinion since A, you're in Colorado, B, you're in a community that has medicinal marijuana only down in Colorado Springs. So the story is Denver awards first license for medical marijuana R&D. And this is a really interesting story to me because a little known fact, but well, a well-known fact is there's a lot of restrictions on research because cannabis is a Schedule 1 drug and you can't get federal funding and this and that. So that a lot of us know that. A lot of us don't know that Israel has filled that gap. So a lot of really cool research is going on in Israel. And so this was enlightening and encouraging to see that the city of Denver gave a license to MedFarm, a permit that allows the company to cultivate, process, manufacture, transfer marijuana to other labs for research purposes. That's a significant thing, and the CEO, Albert Gutierrez of MedFarm, is saying, this addresses a concern that there's been subpar research to date on cannabis. And so first I thought I'd just get your opinion straight up, and then I'll double click down into the details.
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting that it's been legal in Colorado and Washington for so long. I mean, I guess it was only a few years ago, but that it takes to 2020 to actually do R&D on it. I mean, it just seems weird that they would have that there would be that much delay. And they approved R&D back in 2018, but they didn't approve it or award it to anybody until 2020. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, in fact, you're right. They're talking about Colorado House Bill 17-1367 took effect in 2018. Hey, I do want to point out, we went legal, you went legal in 2012. You realize in 18 months, that's a decade ago. So,
well, and then right after that, we had the Bud Bowl or Bong Bowl, whatever, between Seattle and Denver, and that was the disaster. So
I'll stick with the Puppy Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday in that case. But so let's talk about the research. They're primarily talking about Alzheimer's and dementia, and other debilitating diseases, which I have seen research suggest that cannabis can be effective in the treatment of those ailments. Now they talk about treatments for cancer. Now I want to double click down into that. The cannabis does not cure cancer. Let's be very clear. What cannabis will do, I don't know Alzheimer and dementia that well, but my research in cannabis and cancer is it's really good for pain management, anxiety level reduction, suppressing nausea, and increasing appetite. So Blake, that's maybe a little bit different than Alzheimer's and dementia, where maybe they're looking for some real progress. In terms of cancer, that's going to be more comfort care, right? And that's okay. But I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Well, I think it could be comfort care also for people with dementia. I mean, having known a few people, it's there's a lot of anxiety that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And that's and so I think it could help there. But yeah, I'm not up to speed on that. I've talked to numerous people at MJ BizCon and other events that are doing research or have amazing results from the use of medical cannabis on different types of patients, whether it's, and not just cancer, not just dementia and Alzheimer's, but a variety of other diseases where they see benefit.
Yeah, and I'll end on this. I had a talk just yesterday with one of our readers. I try to stay as current as I can, and had a chat, and it was brought to my attention that actually cannabis can be part of the mix of addressing excessive drinking or alcoholism in this sense. The individual was sharing that if they take an edible, they don't have the same desire to drink 1 drink, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, 4, because maybe the individual's using the edible in the evening to relax, right? Take it down a notch, much like one would do with an adult beverage, right? You're sitting in your chair, you're trying to relax. And so the thought being that cannabis, I don't know if I go as far to say it's like the drug Antabuse for severe alcoholics, where they become they become nauseous if they drink alcohol. I'm in no way suggesting that, but apparently this individual felt strongly it's a substitute. Does that make sense? That if we're here to relax and take it down a notch, maybe the peanut butter cup meets that goal versus 3-4 drinks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that, that people drink for a variety of reasons. And so is it anxiety, or is it just because they want to drink a lot? I mean, and depending on the edible you take, I mean, you could be in the couch instead of getting up and going to the fridge to grab another cold one. So
there we go.
I mean, time just changes, right? So
yeah. Well, hey, I'll let you run. I know you're busy. Thank you so much for being one of our monthly contributors. We'll talk to you in the dog days of summer. So go out and enjoy. Hit the golf course, man.
I will. You too.
Thank you.